Lakers, Clippers, it is not looking good right now, even though LeBron's all smiles at the beginning of the game. Second quarter, he was looking pretty good. He drives, gets it in, the bounce goes his way, and foul. Layup falls, and Lakers down 5 after the free throw. Next possession, Austin Reeves gets the steal. The lob to Malik Monk. Ooh! Slam dunk. Ridiculous finish by Monk. Look at the hops. Lakers go on a 14-0 run to lead at 3 at the half. Third quarter, just got ugly. Watch this. Russell Westbrook getting blocked by Zubats. Terrence Mann dribbling, finding Nick Batum in the corner for the 3. Good. Clippers on a 5-0 run. Middle of the third. Clippers run is 12-0. Westbrook has his pass taken away. And his former teammate, Reggie Jackson, they got into it in this one, and Jackson made it happen with the layup there. 14-0 run for the Clippers. 21-0 run, and LeBron finding Westbrook, but unable to finish underneath, and Jackson's got it again. Pushes the score. 36 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists for Jackson. Clippers win it, and here was Russell Westbrook after the game.
Everything's the opposite of what you envisioned. Has that been hard for you, especially considering your stature, your credentials, to absorb?
What did I envision?
I would imagine some wins.
I mean, you said, based on what I envision, I want to know what you think I envision.
You envisioned coming here and winning a championship, or at least being.
Is the season over?
It certainly isn't on.
Is the season over?
No, sir.
Thank you. I had no expectations. The last 4 years of me, I've been on different teams 4 times, so my envision of kind of thinking everything gonna be peaches and cream, that's not realistic. That's not life.
Yeah, not peaches and cream. It's far from it. The season's not over, but I got to tell you, the outlook looks pretty dire. Currently 2 games away from missing the play-in entirely. Our own BPI has the Lakers with a 65% chance to make the play-in tournament. But the road to get there is going to be tough. The BPI only has them favored in 3 of their final 20 games. Let that sink in as I bring in Kendrick Perkins and Zach Lowe. And Zach, could the Lakers miss the play-in at this point?
If they keep losing every game, they're in danger of missing the play-in. But look, circumstances are what they are. They should be safe. Portland is 2 games back, but Portland is sitting everybody they can sit. They're not trying to win anymore organizationally. After that, it's San Antonio. The Lakers have 4 games on them. If they can't hold off those teams, if they can't hold off that margin and stay in 10th with LeBron James and Russell Westbrook on their team playing healthy, let alone when AD comes back, then I don't even know what to say anymore about this team. I will say this. They've got Golden State Saturday on ABC. And after that, they have San Antonio, who's chasing them, Houston, and Washington. If they go 1-2 or 0-3 somehow in those 3 games, it's DEFCON 1 for the Lakers. Let's go 2-1. At least win 2 out of 3. Calm the waters a little bit. But if those games are a problem, we are on high alert for an all-time collapse.
Oh, and you think about it. We talked about favored to win 3 of their last 20. Now, I'm not so good at math, but I just wrote it out. That would leave them at 30-52. Perk, that is not a playoff team. What do you see in this team in terms of their ability to even get in the playoffs?
They're not. And, you know, Ryan, I haven't been on here with you in a while, but Zach noticed I'm exhausted and so tired of talking about the Lakers. I told y'all this months ago that, look, the Lakers are irrelevant. I don't know why we still have them on television. I don't know why we got to keep talking about them like they're going to turn the corner. They are who they are. When a team, a person show you who they are, believe them. Believe them.
Yeah, but I got to push back. They brought in Westbrook. This was a big 3. People were favoring them to win the title. And at this point, I got to say, yeah, but what do you do with a guy like LeBron, who everybody thought this was possibly a championship year for him?
You sit him down. You sit him down. A guy that's in year 19, that's 37 years old, that's banged up, that's out there giving it his all, and his teammates are not. And his teammates are saying stuff like Russell Westbrook just said he didn't envision anything. Well, what the hell did you come to L.A. for if you didn't have a vision on winning the championship? See, that type of thing right there, if I'm LeBron James, makes me want to sit out. Because in LeBron James' mind, every year he approaches the game of basketball, a new season, he visions winning a championship. So for Russell Westbrook, and that's my guy, y'all all know how I feel about him, but he was dead wrong for that comment. And that's another reason why you should bench him, along with the uncertainty of when Anthony Davis is going to come back.
What do you think, Zach? Sit LeBron down? I know he doesn't like to sit down, but what do you think?
First of all, about Russ, I guess I got to try peaches and cream. I don't think I ever tried peaches and cream. It sounds delicious. Look, I'm going to push back a little bit on Perk. Normally, I'm on team rest the superstar, season's over. LeBron is second or third all-time in minutes played. But as you said, Ryan, this is a guy who has put forth a big persona of, I play in every game. The kid who buys one ticket 1 year with his dad to come watch me play, I play for him. Not only that, this team that's a mess, that's losing every game, that's getting killed by the Clippers every time they play, he had a hand in building that team, a big hand. He had a hand in bringing in AD, which was a wild success. He had a hand in bringing in Russ, which was a wild failure. Does he have some responsibility to play it out, to show some pride, to say, hey, I am LeBron James. I think I'm the greatest player of all time, and I have an argument. If we get in the playoffs, I think I can be dangerous with Anthony Davis, whatever else is around me. Doesn't he have some sort of responsibility and pride to do that and finish out the season? I'm sympathetic to what Perk is saying. I want LeBron, for the last years of his career, to have the best chance to win, fully healthy, fully engaged. But I do see the other side of it, too.
Big Perk, quick thought. Got a couple seconds left.
Well, Zach, if you want to see more of LeBron James, don't waste the rest of this part of the season and risk him hurting something else because he's playing meaningless games, trying to do whatever he can to try to get them into the play-in tournament.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.